Hi Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your October 25th, 2022 New Moon and Solar Eclipse reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see what energy we have to be mindful of during this new moon and solar eclipse. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. We have the moon. Oh my gosh. Okay. So Pisces, it is ourselves that we have to be mindful of. We have to be mindful of getting in our own way, overthinking, overanalyzing, having the subconscious and the conscious part of ourselves being at war, not feeling comfortable in our own skin, fighting a transformation, being rather apprehensive about change and about how we're moving forward. This is just all about us. So Spirit is saying, really be mindful, Pisces, of getting in your own way. You're represented by the moon in the minor arcana. This new moon in Scorpio is going to be rather intense for you, but you are usually moon sensitive, Scorpio, Pisces. So with this new moon in Scorpio ruled by Pluto being all about change, it is going to be very powerful for you. You're ruled by Neptune, and I'm seeing Neptune come through very succinctly, okay, and very intensely. There's going to be a lot of waking dreams, a lot of intensity around what you want, what you need, what you're looking for. A lot is going to come to you in your dreams. You're going to have a tendency to want to ignore it or to want the signs to be a lot more succinct than they are going to be. They can be a little bit abstract. Okay, so you're going to be putting things together. Spirit is saying, let yourself put things together. It doesn't have to be as straightforward, as succinct, as, cut and dry as you think it's supposed to be. So just be aware of this. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Okay, so this is going to be an intense time. You do not have one minor arcana card showing up. You have a major arcana card in the energy to be mindful of, and it is the major arcana card that represents you. You then have the magician, you have transformation, you have the world, and you have the master. So this is going to be a very, very, very intense time. Now with transformation, this is the death card coming through. So the moon in Scorpio is going to be quite intense for you. The sun is also in Scorpio, and so is Venus. So there is a real sense of during the day, you are seeing what you love more succinctly. You're also seeing where what you love and what you desire and how you're moving forward isn't necessarily adding up, isn't necessarily moving in the direction that you had thought, that you had wished, that you had anticipated for yourself. So be very aware of this, okay? So there's something here where you're going to feel a lot more comfortable or a lot more in tune with yourself at night Ideas are going to come to you. You're going to be seeing things much more openly than you had before. And this is going to be at night. You're going to find, especially on the 25th, that there is a new sense of inspiration, but you're also going to see that this time, especially because it's the beginning of eclipse season, you're going to see that your heart is centered around transformation. Your heart is centered around, I know things have to change, but I have to see how they need to change for me. It's going to be very personal, and it is going to be very emotional. Now, we are crowned with the Magician. This is our magic. This is our sense of claiming what we want, what we desire, where we need to be, what we're looking forward to, what we're looking towards. And the Magician is also us realizing our own talents, our own gifts, our own blessings. And this has been something that has been difficult for us, but we're also going to see that the way that we see ourselves is changing. The way that we see our talents, the way that we see what we desire, the way that we see what we want is changing. And we're becoming more inspired because of it. We're becoming more inspired within ourselves. We're going to be seeing ourselves taking on new roles. We're also going to be seeing ourselves gaining courage, standing before the mantle of what we desire in our lives, standing up to what we want and saying, yes, I can. Yes, I can move forward this way. Yes, I can see what I want, where I need to be, and what I'm looking forward towards in my life. But the Magician is telling us to stand up and to embrace our creativity, to embrace where we need to be. It's bringing us to this place of transformation. And what's interesting is that we have transformation and the Wheel of Fortune, both denoting change around the Devil. Okay, Devil is Capricorn energy. So if you have Capricorn within your natal chart, that is going to come out. You're going to see change around this area in your life. If you have Scorpio in your natal chart, you're going to see change around this area of your life. But you're also going to see yourself changing what you have been deeming important in the waking world. Now, the Devil isn't necessarily the devil in Judeo-Christian, ideology. What we're going to see is that the Devil is very much the waking world and the chaos that is associated with that waking world, and the fact that you can't change things that are coming. You can't change who will get sick and who won't get sick. You can't change when a tree falls. You can't change all these things, the course of a storm. So just be very aware of this energy, because there's a lot of change around what cannot be controlled. Okay, so you're going to feel at times a little bit helpless or a little bit overwhelmed, or a sense of why me, because there is transformation around what cannot be stopped. And this is just going to be a natural part of life and existence. But there is this sense of taking it very personally, because when we're in the thick of things, we just do. We take it very, very personally. So just be aware of that. You do have your magic. You do have your power. You do have your brilliance. Okay? So this is a time of very much embracing this energy, because it is going to have you standing out from the rest. It is going to have you moving forward. It is going to have you really embracing what you want and what you need. But you have to see your own talents in the midst of a storm. And sometimes that can be very difficult. But you're also going to see your talents because of the storm. Okay, here, Pisces. Now the transformation comes in. We see things quite differently. We're going to see that the 25th of October starts a time of change, starts a time where we are thinking, oh, wow, I didn't think I could move forward this way. Or, oh, wow, I didn't think that this could happen. A dying away of the old self, a rebirth of the new. I didn't know I could step into this role in my life. I didn't know I could move forward this way. There is also a sense that things are changing around you. Here, he's changed into a cat, right? This is the Hocus Pocus tarot deck. And so what we're going to see here is that what is happening to us almost feels out of our control. And yet it is going to be something that, though a trial, really has us honoring our path and honoring what we want so much more than we have before. There is also that sense, again, the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new. It is a painful transformation, or one that is uncomfortable, but it is quite profound. It brings us to the Wheel of Fortune. We're going to be seeing that we're entering into a new season. Now, we could be ocularly, visually very much seeing that by looking outside of our windows. But we're also going to be seeing that in ourselves. We're going to be realizing, wow, what once fit and felt right it's not working for me anymore. I need things to be different. I need things to move forward in a different way. I need myself to move forward in a different way. We're looking at change, and we know that it is coming. And Spirit is saying, ready or not, here it comes. Ready or not, you're entering into a new season. Ready or not, what you thought was a steady path isn't necessarily going to be a steady path. Now, it doesn't mean anything big has to happen. It could be simply the changing out of our wardrobes to be ready for the next season. But there is a significant, discernment of change, significant visualization of change coming forward. We're going to see it in our lives. We might not be able to describe it to anybody else, but my goodness, okay, Pisces, we definitely feel it. Around the devil energy. Now, this can be addictions. We can want to run from this change. So it could be that we can overindulge in drink or in substances or, shopping or video games or whatever it is that gives us an escape. We might be very, very drawn to that during this time. So just be aware that we can say, you know what, this is too much. I need my escape. And that can be something that we can overindulge in. We're also going to see that in the waking world, it's becoming a lot more clear to us. We don't have control the way that we thought when we were younger, when we thought we were invincible. Now, you might say, Dane, I never thought I was invincible. But for those of us who did, okay, there's a denotation of something that has shifted, and we're realizing reality a lot more in the forefront of our minds and of ourselves than it has been before. And that might be something that's rather uncomfortable. So just be aware of that, because it can be something that we try to rebel against. We try to say, oh no, I'm going to have life this way. Or we can find that we want to, just escape, buy a fancy car, go to fancy places, say, oh no, I'm still in control. It doesn't mean that we're not in control of our lives, but it does mean that there's an aspect that, we won't be able to have that control over. So just be aware of that. It can be something that is not easy to come to terms with, but it is something that is quite profound during this time, because we're realizing a change very much around our waking world and what we want. And it can also be that we're just not happy in, the humdrum of everything. There can be a change that is coming forward that really opens up the door for us. And I do apologize if you can hear my nephew, who's 3, having a temper tantrum in the background. So here, there is just a real sense that the door is opening. And you know what I think is really funny with the magician? Remember in Hocus Pocus, if you've watched the movie, where they see the devil and they go, oh, master. So there is the sense of this magic really being acknowledged, because we're here in the waking world. We're here, in the grit and grime of it all. And there's a sense of, oh my gosh, I wouldn't realize my potential. I wouldn't realize my beauty if I didn't have to go through all of this. We might not want to go through all of this, and that's one thing to be acknowledged, but it really does make us stand apart from the crowd. And if you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm just blending in or I'm getting lost, you're not. You're not. You are standing apart from it all. So just be aware of this. So let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Yeah, it's time to release negativity. The full moon in Scorpio. I love that Scorpio energy is still coming forward. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Oh, goodness. And show me clearly, angels. Okay. So we have the full moon in Scorpio, which just tends to signify that this reading is from the new moon to the full moon. So here it's time to release negativity, and it is. It's time to release what no longer is a part of our lives and a part of us, what's holding us back from our own gifts, our own potential, and our own desires. We are attracting to us through transformation. We are attracting where we need to be. We are attracting what we desire, but we are also going to see that we're transforming our energy around us. And as that energy transforms, for better or for worse, we will attract the positive or the negative because of it. So just be aware. There is a sense here that we need peace. As the tides turn, we need to find that peace. It doesn't come externally. It doesn't come from buying anything. It comes from staying in our center, in ourselves, and seeing where we need to be. That peace leads us in a direction and in a way that is really going to be surprising and is really going to be beautiful. But again, we have to accept that the seasons change, the world turns, and we are entering into a new season of our lives. And this can simply be denoting that we're entering into eclipse season. And eclipse season brings with it a lot of change. With resistance, we have resisted the world trying to crush us down. We are still growing. We are still blooming. We are still becoming. But we can feel rather beaten down by what the world is expecting of us, what we have been through, what we are, what we have to endure. But there is a real sense of growth and beauty and passion and brilliance around us that is astoundingly important. Okay. So let's see the subconscious energy that we have to be mindful of. And that's the Three of Wands. A door is going to open to us. Because we have all this change here, we're going to be like, that's it. I'm moving forward. Any door that opens, that's what I'm going to. But Spirit is saying be very mindful. Be rather picky and discerning at what you accept and what you say no to, because it's going to be important. There's a change that's coming forward, and there's something here where it just seems easier. And Spirit's saying ruminate on it, sit on it, do what feels right for you, and you're going to be surprised at how the door opens. It moves us to our subconscious Luna energy, and it says nothing will come of the situation. What you are expecting, because with the void, of course, what we expect is not what happens. So you can try and plan this out, be as meticulous, as detail-oriented as possible. You're still going to be put on a ride. Like, you're still going to go in directions, Pisces, that you just hadn't anticipated. There's a lot of fear here because of that. But there's just fear here in the change. There's fear here in the way that you're opening up to your world around you, the way that you're moving forward. Nothing will come of the situation. So be prepared for things not to be as they seem and not to go as you have planned. Let yourself kind of be freeform. Let yourself experience and see what happens. You're afraid that if you're not in control, okay, or if you don't hold on to everything really tightly, you won't be able to get to where you want to be. But here's the thing. If you hold on to everything really tightly, what's going to happen is you're going to break the bird's wings. You're not going to be able to fly in the direction or in the way that you want to. So be aware of this. It moves us to our subconscious tarot energy, and this is the Five of Wands. We can easily be caught up in everybody else's trauma drama. There can be a lot of passions going around, and we can find it very easy to say, you know what, the chaos, I'm very used to it. I'm just going to be a part of it. Spirit is saying, do not fall into other people's drama. It is going to be too much. It is going to take you away from your goals and where you really want to be. So just be aware of this. You can also feel like, if I could just clone myself, I'd be able to get everything done. There's a level of stress to you that needs to be acknowledged, and you need to find peace from. And you need to kind of step away from certain things, or acknowledge when things have become too much, and step into your own energy. Or step into you more. And because what's going to happen is the more stress you get, the more fractured you become. But when you say, no, I'm stepping into me and I'm centering myself in me, that is going to be so important. All right, Pisces. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this moon and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Pisces. And may you have a blessed moon.